Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Valentine's Day, happy Friday, or whatever day it may be for you. It's been an interesting week for me. My car broke down, fun. Started clinicals yesterday, which means waking up at 4 a.m. Fun. I have a test in 3 days. Fun. But you know what I'm doing? I'm here making a YouTube video, and that's how I cope. You know, I do things that I'm not supposed to be doing when I'm supposed to be studying. Great nursing student. I'm just kidding, guys. I've been studying a lot, and I'm just kind of taking a little break. I woke up extra early today to record this video for you guys because this has been a pretty requested video ever since you guys saw my How I Study Nursing School video, which I'll link it right up here if you guys haven't seen that before, or if you've seen my study with me videos. You guys know that I love using concept maps. Now, if you guys haven't seen concept maps before, this is your first time seeing concept maps, you have no idea what the heck a concept map is, or what it entails, or why you should be using it in nursing school, well, let me just show you. So this is a concept map. 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 You know, all these are concept maps. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of concept maps. You guys know that I love using concept maps for nursing school. If you guys have been struggling with nursing school, maybe you're not doing as good on your exams as you've been wanting to. Maybe you've been studying, you haven't been able to grasp the material. Maybe you just starting nursing school and you want to know what's a good way to study for nursing school. Well, let me tell you guys, concept maps, honestly, this has been such a game changer in my study routine when I got into nursing school. I never used concept maps before prior to nursing school, other than in like essays in like 3rd grade when they would make you do concept maps or those spider webs or spider webs? I don't know, but that was the last time that I ever used it. And actually I discovered this in MedSurg, which was my 2nd semester of nursing school, because our teachers would say, do concept maps, do concept maps. It's great to do concept maps. You guys should all be doing concept maps. If you don't know what it is, you need to learn, blah, blah, blah. And I was always like, that seems like a lot of work. No, thank you. You guys, I started making them and I literally became obsessed with them. Now, as you guys can tell, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I will tell you guys, I did not do this for every single topic in MedSurg. I did not do this for every single topic in nursing school, but I did do them in the major topics of nursing school, like disease processes that you will never see go away, disease processes that you will always see every single time you walk into a hospital, into an emergency room, into anything. Those are the ones that I concentrate on, like those really important ones that you will never see go away. And if you guys want to know like which topics you should definitely do concept maps for, this is actually a collaboration with my fellow nursing student here on YouTube. Her name is Nursing with Key. I'm gonna link her right over here. She also does nursing school videos. I think she's a semester ahead of me, and she is literally awesome, you guys. If you guys have not seen her on YouTube before, I'm gonna link her down below. And I'm also gonna link her channel here, and I'll make sure to link it at the end of the video as well. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna link her down below so you guys can check her out. So make sure right after you watch this video, you head over to her channel. Let her know if you come from my channel so she can know. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna get into how I make my concept maps. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like this video, and make sure you comment down below if you have any questions or any comments for me. I always respond to all my comments. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're gonna need when you make concept map is gonna be a bunch of colored pens. Now, I like to use pens, but you could always use colored markers, which I have some right here. And in addition to your colored pens, you definitely need a highlighter. I only like to use the yellow highlighter, just because since I already have my colored pens, I just wanna highlight the more important things out of each color that I need to pop out at me. Yeah, we're gonna start off with the up top. Then I'm gonna go ahead and start with the disease process explanation. So for the disease process, I like to make it very simple. I like to, of course, know, like I will read it in the book and make sure that I know exactly how the disease process works, but then I'll kind of sum it up and just put it as short as I can into my concept map, because like I said, that's not the focus of my concept map. So after the disease process, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to signs and symptoms. Signs and symptoms, of course, are gonna be super important when you're looking at your concept map, because that's what we're gonna be looking for. And like if somebody comes in with these signs and symptoms, you have to be able to differentiate between what is this? Is this what kind of GI problem is this? Because many different GI problems present themselves as very similar signs and symptoms, so you need to be able to differentiate between which it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and write those signs and symptoms on there. After signs and symptoms, I'm gonna do potential complications. This is definitely something that you want to know when you're thinking about your disease process, because you wanna know if someone is deteriorating, and if they are deteriorating, what can they deteriorate to? Yeah, we're treating peptic ulcer disease, but maybe what we're treating or how we're treating it isn't working for the patient and they could be getting worse. So we need to know what, if it progresses, what can it progress to, and what are we looking for to make sure it does not progress. So that's what we're gonna be doing for potential complications. Next, after potential complications, we're gonna be looking at medical interventions, labs, and diagnostics, and therapies. So this is gonna be for peptic ulcer disease. Endoscopy is gonna be the most important for therapy. We're gonna be discontinuing our aspirin or NSAIDs for 4 to 6 weeks. It's extremely important, of course, because if someone has peptic ulcer disease, we don't want them to have a GI bleed, because there is already erosion of the mucosa, so you don't want to worsen that. So you're going to discontinue those aspirin and those NSAIDs. We're going to avoid caffeine and alcohol because that's going to further progress that disease. And of course, we're going to be giving our PPIs, our H2 histamine blockers, and our antacids, and then we can give Carafate to protect that mucosa. Next, we're going to move on to nursing interventions. So usually my nursing interventions take up the majority of my concept maps. Of course, it does depend on which topic we're talking. That's usually what I like to concentrate on and what I like to put my detail in, just because of course that's going to be what we're doing, what we're working on, what we as nurses are doing. We're not looking for we're not doing the same interventions that doctors are doing. We're doing our own interventions, and we have to know if there was a complication of this disease, what signs and symptoms are we looking for, and what are we doing to prevent any complications, and what are we doing to improve the patient's state physically and of course mentally. What are we doing to provide to the patient during this disease process? So that's what I put on there. Last thing that I include in concept map is going to be nursing diagnosis. It really isn't something that you need to put in your concept map. It's something that I like to put in my concept maps, just because when I'm at the hospital and I'm working on concept maps, I'm working on my paperwork, my SBAR, these are things that our instructors require, and I want to be able to kind of start putting together NANDA nursing diagnoses to my disease processes, because whatever patient I have, if I have a patient with peptic ulcer disease, if I have a patient with hypertension, if I have a patient with anything, I'm gonna need to start learning the nursing diagnosis related to it. So I like putting it in my concept maps because, like I told you guys, I don't just use this to study, I use this throughout all of my nursing school, throughout clinical. I'm going to use these when I'm studying for my NCLEX, because this is kind of a brain of this disease, and it kind of helps you just put everything together. So that's why I like to include my nursing diagnosis on there, just so I'm able to put all that together, and it kind of makes more sense to me. Another thing that I like to do related to concept maps is watching videos on it. I've talked about Registered Nurse RN before on my channel. I absolutely love her videos. She is amazing. She explains things in such a beautiful way that makes this incredibly hard subject, or this subject that looks like it's so complicated, into something so simple. So I absolutely love her videos, and I'm gonna leave her link down below so you guys can check her out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really hope you guys learned something on how to make concept maps, and make sure you guys go ahead to Nursing with Keys channel. Like I said, I'm gonna link her right here. I'm also gonna link her down below so you guys can go and you guys can find out which concept maps you 1,000,000,000% need to have. If you don't want to make concept maps for every topic, that's completely fine, but for these 5 topics, you guys are gonna need to make a concept map, because these 5 things are never going away. You're gonna see them every single time you're at the hospital, and if you keep forgetting or you haven't been able to grasp the material yet, you need to make a concept map. So head over to her channel so you can find out which concept maps you need in your life. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.